Hi everyone, welcome to our Form 1 Math seminar for midterm exam. Yeah. Okay. Now, hi, I'm Simon. Yeah, one of the math tutor in DDC. So welcome. So before I start, right, how do you feel about your first exam in secondary school? Steady? Ganjiang? Confident? Scared? Really, Kang Hui? Why? Why you scared? Chill, kind of anxious, really. Ijen ne? Okay, right? So it's okay because you haven't tried before. After you've done your first exam, then what you will feel like, che, like this there, gum there, then should be okay. Because sometimes our fear is about we don't know something, then we fear. But after you know everything, even though it's hard, no matter it's hard or easy, actually so only. Okay. So it's okay. So now because if you're kanjiong, whether it's steady or not, that's why the reason for the seminar is to help you to fully prepare for your exam for all the subjects. So today is the last day for seminar, right? Maths. Okay. So before I start, I need to explain a bit the formula, the format of maths in secondary school. Okay, in secondary school, a bit different. Of course, will be different from your primary school. Okay, now maths for what we talk about is Form 1, Form 2, Form 3. The final, most of the all the final exam, right? Like on December or at the end of the year, is called a USA exam, which is from the government. The test question is from the government, so we call USA. So normally we'll follow bind to this format. Okay, I'm not sure first time exam your school will follow UASA one or just another type of format, but you should know. Okay, first, of course, we have objective question, 20 question, which is total 20 marks. Okay, so one objective question, 1 marks. And then there are 5 questions of subjective question, but these subjective questions are quite easy ones, like fill in the blanks, or there's a diagram for you to fill in the numbers. That's it. It's not too hard, very simple. So that's why there are 4 questions. And then last but not least, we have what? We have 6 questions of Part C. Part C question will be like really problem-solving question, but today we're gonna attempt some of the problem-solving question we're gonna face in your coming exam. So you're well prepared. So we have 3 types of question, understand? So you have to complete the whole paper in 2 hours. In 2 hours. So I'm not sure whether you can finish on time or finish way before it, or maybe in 1.5 hours to finish everything, but or even you can't finish it. First exam is like that, so take it easy. Okay, you just have to like feel it. Okay, am I too slow? Am I too fast? Yeah, but no matter how, I would request you try your best to squeeze sometimes at least 5 minutes. 5 minutes is not enough really. If can 15 minutes to recheck your answer, to to prevent all the careless mistake. That is the most important thing. No matter how smart, how bad are you, it's okay as long as you kick out all the careless mistake as you gain some marks. Okay, so okay, understand? So let us start so today we'll cover chapter 1, chapter 2, Form 1, chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. Even chapter 4 if you have time. Okay, so let us start. So for the first chapter is the most simple one. It's kind of revision for everything. Revision over for all the things that we have learned in primary school. Okay, so to have a super quick revision, this is super important. Those who have forgotten, you can screenshot. Okay, you can screenshot it. Okay, but I think it's so easy, you all should know. Okay, so I think most of you all very confusing is that the negative and positive sign. When do I put negative? When do I put positive? Of course, nowadays we all have calculator. By the way, your first exam should have your calculator is allowed. Am I right? Should be right. Any school doesn't allow. I think should have, right. So I know you all can press the calculator, but all these are like very small numbers. If you can know it by heart without pressing calculator, you can do faster than anybody. Okay, for example, let's see. Okay, so negative, positive sign for times and divide. For times and divides, my dear. For times and divides, very simple rule. Same sign. The sign, say if all 2 of them same sign, so eventually the answer will be positive. If different sign, the sign will be negative like this. So normally how we do, we we decide about the sign first, then only we decide the numbers. So for example, I straight away can decide already. Minus, minus, positive. All right. And then same sign, positive. Different sign, negative. This later I show. Okay, then only we times. 3 times 2. This is 6. Of course, when it's plus, right, we no need to ask. We no need to write plus. Okay. 3, 2, 6, same. No need to write. Skip it. And then 3, 2, so also 6. Okay, and then how about this? Can somebody answer me? If it's 3, there are 3 negative numbers. How? Is negative or positive? Can someone tell me? Yes, it's negative, Bailey. You know why? You know why? Teacher, you say same sign negative, ma? But what I say same sign is 2. If there are 2 negative, negative, then it will become positive already. And then positive and meet with negative again, you see, become different sign again. So that's why answer is negative 6. Okay? Okay, the most tricky part is the plus and minus or plus and minus sign. So now you have to learn different way already. Okay. If same sign, it's already same. If same sign, add the numbers. If same sign, add the numbers. Right? Can you write it down? This is in a bit Mandarin. Okay, if different sign, the second one, different sign minus the numbers. Okay, minus the numbers. Okay, for example, let's see. So this is different or same sign? This is different sign. Okay, if they didn't give you sign, right, you have to automatically know it's a positive. Because positive, unless it's in the middle, if it's the first, we won't write positive. Understand? So this different sign, we need to minus. So 3 minus 2, 3 minus 2 is 1. And then teacher, then how then? Plus or minus? Okay, then you see who is the Tylo, who is the eldest one? Eldest is 3, right? So 3 is plus. So I will follow plus. That's it. Again, 2 different sign, right? 2 and 3 different sign, you need to minus, right? So minus, then minus the number, meaning 2 minus 3. Again, 2 minus 3 is 1. And then again, 2 Tylo. Who is Tylo here? Tylo is 3. So same also plus. Understand? Lastly, 3 plus 2. Both are same sign, right? Plus, plus, ma. Correct? So plus, plus, meaning we have to add the numbers together. Add the number is 5. So same, both also positive. Of course, it's still positive, meaning I don't need to write. Lastly, 3 minus 3 minus 2. They are same sign. So same sign, you add the numbers together, it will become 5 again. And then, since they are only minus sign, then I will follow the minus sign. So these are the simple steps of that. Very good, Shimin. Next. Hey, Shimin, very familiar. Are you the one that you started with me in the early years? Yeah, early of the years. Right, nice to meet you. So now let's continue. We'll look at the problem sum of the problem solving question. Like start with question number 2. Okay. Question number 2. So these are the questions we're going to study. I hope I can cover most of them. If it's not enough to cover, it's okay. You all do it yourself and then the answer will be given. Okay. The diagram below shows a new model of car with its price. Okay, so this is the price. And then Cockshan want to buy the car. Okay, his father gave him some money, which is 30% of the car. Oh, meaning 30% of the car is given by parents. Wow, so good leh. And then the deposit of the car is 1/5 of the price. Okay, so there are 2 things. Father. How much does father give him? And then how much is the deposit? You know what is deposit? Okay, if you want to buy something that is a large amount of money, like house, like car, normally you need to give deposit first. So pay upfront. Okay, so that later on to reserve the deal. Understand? That's why. So, and then they say, would his father contribute enough for his deposit? Or you want to say, is father contribution, is it matched with the deposit or more than a deposit? Is it enough or not? Okay, so you know how to do it. If you know how to do it and then straight away send me answer, then I will check for you. Okay, this is my way of teaching. I want you to do on your own in the end, but you know the answer straight away send to me. Okay, if you don't know, it's okay, follow my pace. Okay, father. So father, 30% of the car price is about 8,550. 30%. Anybody knows what is 30%? I know some of you all learn like 30 over 100, am I right? You can write like that. Or I would prefer you write in this decimal. So divided by 100 actually is the decimal, two decimals in front. Am I right? So straight away, I prefer you to write decimal 0.30 because 30%, two decimal in front will become 0.3. So you have to know it by heart. Okay, 0.3. So 188. So straight away, count it out. How much does father give him? 25650. Okay, steady. And then now next, how much is the deposit needed? So you say 1/5 of the price. What is the price? 8550 again. And then 1/5, straight away 1/5. It's okay. Follow. And then calculator. But teacher, 1550. But teacher, why is 18550? Because it's the car. The price of the car. He said, teacher, what page is it? Very good question. Wait. Page 3. Page 3. Yes, means page 3. Okay. Bailey, why 8550? Because 8550 up front here, they say is the price of the car. The price of the car. And then they say, father give him 30% of the car. See, of the car, meaning the times. Great. You understand already, right? Very good. So can somebody give me 8550 times 1/5? Will be 1700. Is it correct? Let me check. Yes, you're right. So, come on. Is it enough? Father paid is 1565. And then the deposit needed is 1710. Is it enough? Definitely is enough. So you say since RM 25650 is more than RM 17100. So it's enough. Understand? Yeah. So all this like called problem solving question, like this kind of question is considered part C. So normally all part C question, you need to write these 3 dots, meaning thus, concluded, therefore. Yeah. So you can write this and then rewrite the answer again to emphasize which answer. Okay, so far so good. Boleh? So can we try another question? Bailey, can you follow? Okay. So we go to next page. Next page, page number 4. I think it's page 4, right? Am I right? Yes, page 4, question number 4. Okay. This is like one of the favorite questions you want to ask. It's about fractions. Okay. In an examination hall, am I too fast? Okay, right? If I'm too fast, just let me know, okay? So 3/4 of the students are boys. Okay. Whenever fraction, remember, if there are 3/4, there will be 1/4 too. So you have to like make it, each fraction also have the meaning. Understand? So they say 3/4 are boys. So I just write boy. So how many are girls? Because we have boys, should have girls, right? So it's 1/4 lah. Correct. 1/4. Correct. So far, so good. I just write normally I will prefer you highlight all the numbers because all the important points are in the numbers. Okay. And then after that, I would like to like sambil baca, sambil jot down the important points. And then they say, given that 2/5 of the girls or 10 girls are wearing spectacles. So 2/5 of the girls. So it's from here lah. So these are the girls, right? Among all these 1/4, the girls, they have 2/5 of them. It's specs. Okay, what is specs? Specs is like they're wearing these spectacles. Sure, no worries, Cian. Cian, no problem, no worry. I thought you were at home, Cian. If you like, not enough time to jot down, you can screenshot also, it's okay. No worry, yeah. Okay, now, so I want to, and then they say, oh, at Kampong, it's holiday, right? I know, specs, okay. So they say, and then they give you the amount, which is 10. Oh, interesting. Okay, understand? So you also can write 5/3 is No specs, oh, definitely. So fraction is always at the other side. Okay, so now what they're going to ask? They say, the number of boys in the examination. Wow, now they're asking, how much is this? How much is 3 per 4? How do I find the answer? Think about it. So this is the question. Okay? How do I find the answer? So we have to think about this up from here because there's the only exact number I have is 10, correct? So 10, 2 over 5 equals to 10, correct? Correct? The boys is how much? Let me check. The boys is 8. Yes, correct. 75. So how do you do it? So the simple way is that, you could, okay, I'll focus this part. I focus this first. 2 over 5 and 3 over 5. Okay, you know, right? 2 over 5 is 2 over 5, mean 2 part is equals to 10. Correct? Yeah. And then 3 part is how much? Do I need to know how much is this, right? Correct. How much is this? So I know 2 part, there are 5 parts, 2 parts are 10. So 3 part is how much? So the easiest way is to 10 divided by 2. So I don't know 1 part is how much and then times by 3. Then you know already. So 15. So I know, oh, this is 15. Okay? Steady, I think you all got it already. And then you further in front. So how much is girls? How much is girls? So 15 plus 10. So it's equals to 25. So you again, Bailey. Okay, come on. Okay, let's see. So they are telling you 2 per 5 is 10, equals to 10, right? 2 per 5 is 10, meaning what is that? Meaning 2 part is 10. And how about 3 parts? It's almost like a ratio. Ratio. Okay? And then how about 3 parts? Like all girls have a number, but I don't know the numbers. So since it's 2 parts, I divided by 2 first lah. So 1 part, 1 fraction like 1 part is equals to 10 divided by 2. So it's equals to 5. Steady? Here I know 1 part equals to 5. So here got 2 part. Can you see, Bailey? This is 2 part. Yeah. Then it's 10. So it's equals to 5. And how about here? It's 3. So 3 meaning I need to 3 times 5. All right, that's 15. So here we have as 10 and 15. Okay. And then since I know total girls is 25, do you know how much is boys? Again, Bailey, now you let me focus here. Okay, I want to explain to you. So here say we have 4 part, total 4 part, right? 3 per 4 is boys, 1 per 4 is girls, correct? So 1 part is girl. Now how about 3 parts? So is it I need to times by 3 lah? Even 1 part is 25. So this is have to 25 times by 3 lah. So equals to 75 boys. So you have to count by parts for fraction. So that's why this part is a bit tricky. Okay? Start from parts. Okay? Steady? Bailey? Got a bit? If okay, let's try number 6. Number 6. You screenshot first. Okay, go and study. Maybe normal class, I'll explain to you again. You ask me again, can you? Or you WhatsApp me? Can? You can WhatsApp me, okay? Boleh? Come on, now simplify. How do I simplify this? When we move forward to question number 6. Okay? How do I explain? I think I can draw it out. Okay, now I try again. Hopefully you can understand a bit. Those who ready, can you answer 6 and 8 for me? Later I'll explain in quick. 6 and 7, those who understand, please go forward. Okay, now let's see. Let me try to draw it out. Okay, so Nelma, I focus this part first, Bailey, this part. So we know that there are 5. This is a cake, for example. Because fraction is a cake, is a pie or is a pizza. So they say we can divide into 5 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 5 parts, right? Here they say 5 parts, right? 2 per 5, meaning 2 of them. See, 2 of them are specs, with specs. Am I right? And then its total is 10. Steady? So 2 parts equals to 10, Bailey. The meaning is here. Okay, and then because I want to find how much is the total of female girls. So, 2 parts with spec. So should I find 3 parts is how much? So I can guess how much of them. Or you can find the total numbers. So since 2 part is 10, right? Correct. So I have to find 1 part is how much, right? So how do I find? So 10 divided by 2 lah. So it's 5. So I know this is 5. Am I? This is 5. This is 5. Because I want to find a total number. So 5, 5, 5. So Bailey, can you tell me how much in total for the ladies? So total is 25. That's why. So that's why I said here is 25. Okay, now we draw another pizza. Again, so now it's different things already. Another pizza. Okay, here, focus here. Okay, so since I know girls is 1 part, which is 25, so I split them into 4 equal parts, okay? 1/4 meaning 1 part. Dang, 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 dang. It's girls, okay? And then I know this is 25, right? So they are asking, how about guys? Guys is the rest lah. Boys, boys, boys. So can you tell me how many are boys? Since 1 part is 25, isn't it I should 3 times 25, then 75? Faham, baby? Okay, so whenever come to fraction, right, you try to draw Pizza Hut lah. Okay, can So move forward. So those who have done, check your answer. Okay, so now we come to this part. I know you can press calculator, but I prefer you to change them whenever you see this mixed number, right? Change them to improper fraction. 加分数. How to change it to improper fraction? First, times and then plus. You can mark this side. So the denominator 分母 is the same, 3. And then how do you change them? Straight away 3. And then 3 times 1 plus 2. 5. I think you should know how to do it, right? Because primary school you have to learn. Okay, next is 3 again, times and 1. 6, 7. And then 9/14 plus again, have to change times and plus. 12. And then divided by 3, 10. Okay, so far everybody got the answer? Got this already? Understand this? Remember, when come to fraction, please have to change to improper fraction. And then you come to this part. Dang, dang, dang. Can you see? In fraction, if it's divide, you need to terbalik. So I terbalik it. Okay? When come to divide. Okay. Now, you also learn that when we do fraction, right, we need to start with times, divide, bracket first, and then times and divide, then followed by plus and minus. So which part I need to be more focused? I have to done this first, correct? Times. I have to settle this, only I can move forward. So I follow 5/3. Okay, this, can we simplify? Right? So I have 1 times 3 and then 2. And then this also simplify 1 and 2. 1 and 4. So it will be plus. Oh, only 8. 8 per 1, 8 per 1 is 8, right? So now only you can press calculator, or you can change. But I lazy, I will press calculator. 5 minus divided by 3, 3 over 2 plus 8. And then the answer will be 816. Okay, so the answer normally we have to end with mixed number. Cannot put it in improper fraction. Okay, so far understand? Boleh? Okay, so let's try monster question. I think this look like monster, right? Steady, right? So far, okay. So again, first step, change everything into improper fraction again. So remember, times and plus. Times and plus. Times and plus. So I change myself. Because not enough space, I will write here, okay?
Teacher, which question?
10. Question number 10.
Oh,
Because I want you to refer those who unable are not fast enough, they can still can refer to the previous question. Number 10, number 10, yeah, okay. Okay. Then you'll come to this part, all right? And then you add them together. You add them up. Yes, Shiming? We have question? And then you add them up. Okay? Boleh? Can you do it? No? Can you do it? Give me some time to try. I prefer you to press calculator lah for this. Okay, 27 over 4 minus 11 over 6. And the answer, remember in improper fraction, yeah? And then big one, 8 over 3 plus 3 over 2. 25 over 6. And then, yes, correct, Shimi, very good. And then when you come to this part, right, it's okay, don't nervous. This is divide, right? I think now you really know what is divide, right? Divide actually is like in this line. In secondary school, right, we seldom use this divide sign. We'll straight away put it downwards. So since I know 59.12 is divided by 25.6, correct? And then we also learned that if it's fraction divide, you know, terbalik 8, right? 59 over 12 times 6 over 25. Steady? Then you go and divide yourself. So you simplify it. 1 and 2. Okay, I think I can't do it some more, right? Okay, so we have 59 per 50. Zhang, remember, we shouldn't stop at improper fraction. We change it back lah. So become 150 and 9. Correct. So far, so good. Okay. Can I move forward? Ejen, you okay? Bailey? So if you really need some time to practice, right, screenshot it. So after class, you all can continue and try to practice. And then the way that you can improve faster. So again, I will wait, what? What do you mean wait, what? Okay, you go and you you screenshot the answer, and then go back retry again. Or you after you do how do I say, and then you also still not quite familiar and then still not confident. It's okay. You go back and redo the question again until you got the answer. Okay, very good. 6 to 10. So I think for this part, I think I will stop here. I will move forward to other parts because I think for the first chapter, right, the most tricky part is the fraction. No, we need to make the denominator the same. Yes, you want. Yes, you're right. You should. Because I use shortcut. I use calculator. Yes, definitely you should. Times by 6, times by 6, times by 4, times by 4. Yeah, you should do it. But because I want to use calculator I should already press. But here I know. Times by 2, times by 2, times by 3, times by 3. Yeah, Bailey, understand? Yeah, because I straight away use calculator for this part. That's why I skip the steps. Okay? Can? Yeah. Okay, so can I move forward to next chapter? So far, as long as you know the tricks to convert the improper fraction, a mixed number to improper fraction, and then how to add them, how to divide in fraction, I think you should be good to go for next chapter already. Okay, so now, are you ready? Let's go. So we go for next. The rest, please go and practice yourself. And then again, the answer will be provided. So we come to next part, chapter 2. Chapter 2. Are you okay with chapter 2? Chapter 2 is about square. No, it's not chapter 2, chapter 3. Maybe I start with chapter 3 first. Chapter 3, we go with chapter 3. Chapter 3, we have learned to what is square, what is square root, correct? Kuasa and punca kuasa, correct? So, I think you are still quite familiar, but I just want to revision for some of the tricky questions. Like, for example, square is everything times by itself. For example, 4 square is equals to 4 times 4. Time itself 2 times. Okay, so meaning is 16. Okay, so far so good. And then you come to this part, the underlines one. This is, you don't need to copy because in the notes I already asked you to copy already. So now, but come to decimal, some of you all might confuse. Understand? Like decimal, how do you do it? For example, 0.4 kuasa 2. I know you all might like got shortcut to press calculator, but I think this part can skip from using calculator. For example, 0.4 square. So first thing first, count the decimal. Remember, first step, count the decimal. Okay, so here got 1 decimal, correct? And then can you see kuasa 2? If kuasa 2 is times 2. So total, how many decimal in the end? Will we have 2 decimal, correct? So that's why we have 2 decimals. So then only I count 4 times 2, meaning 4 times 4 is 16. So 16C got 2 decimal. Again, try another one. Bailey, this part you okay? Again, 0.05 square. So I know I have to count the decimal first. So there are 2 decimals here and then it's square, right? And then it's times 2. If it's square, meaning times 2. Okay? So total I have 4 decimals, So I expect to have 4 decimals. Then only 5 square. 5 is 25. So I'll make sure my 25 have 4 decimals. That's it. So far, so good. And then also same for fraction. If fraction square, same thing, any mixed number, please change to improper fraction. And then since they bracket the whole thing, square. So you have to square 8 times 8. Both also need to square. Upper layer also square, 64, and then 5 square also 25. Okay? And then next, last but not least, okay, if it's square, right? If it's square, you know what is square, right? If it's square, meaning it's square everything, including the minus sign also need to square. So since just now I've mentioned, same sign need to become positive. So negative will be positive 9. Steady? Okay? But what if it didn't bracket? Normally have bracket. If it didn't bracket, then the meaning will be different. minus 3 times by 3 already. So if you didn't bracket, so you will remain F minus. Okay, understand? Okay, now come to root. Root is the opposite of square root, of the opposite of square. Like, for example, root 16. If it root 16, meaning what time what, you can split it to two parts. What time what is equal to 16. So I know 4 square. So it's 4. Okay? And then now come to this decimal. Decimal. How do I do decimal, for example? Okay, it's the opposite of what we do decimal for square. Again, from decimal. So we have 2 decimal here. Since it's a root, right? I know it's root 2, right? So I divided by 2. So it will equal to 1. Meaning at the end, I got 1 decimal. See, 0.4 is 1 decimal. So 16 root is already 4. Okay. Like some more. Here, again, decimal. We have 4 decimals here. But this is a root, right? Root is divided by 2. So the answer will become 2 decimals. So I know 36 is 6, right? So that's why I'll make sure 6 got 2 decimal. Okay, and then lastly, if it's for fraction, we have, can you see? Root. If the tail is long, meaning it root the whole thing. So I know it's equals to root 49 and root 81. So I know 7 and 9. So that's the answer. Okay. And then next part, we also need to know that there's some trick and shortcut for it. For example, we learned by root 4 and root 4. Do you remember what is the answer for this? When they are 2 equal things that wearing hats, meaning roots, the same thing, you will eventually just, anybody remember? You will eventually remove the hat. Straight away, it's 4. Straight away, 4. You know why? Very simple. You know, if you can rewrite the question again, it will become 4 and then square, like if it's that itself is equal to square, right? And then we know that these two are opposite. So root and square together, then it might cancel off each other, so it will remain as 4. Same goes to, yeah, you're right. Same goes to, yeah, same thing, Shimin. Or same if I write 3 over 3. Sorry, 3 root 3. What's the answer? Definitely is 3. So this is the shortcut already. You need to self-root, but straight away, when they are two similar, two same number that root, then it will become the original number. So now we come to this part also. If you have root number 3 times, it will equals to root 8 and then kuasa 3 kan. So again, this will cancel off and then it will remain as 8. Steady? So if you're okay, then I think we can try some question for the root part. Okay, steady? Even a screenshot can, like for those who are not from my class, in normal tuition, you can screenshot this. So basically, it's almost all the tricks you need to know to change the square and cube and also the root part. Okay? Okay, now let's try some question like the number 1. Wow, 1 is a big box already. Okay, so if you want to do it faster, right, it's really a good help for you to memorize at least the answer, perfect square for 1 to 10. What page is it? This is page number 6. Page number 6. Just now the page is extra notes. It's not in the book, okay? But this is number 6, okay? Okay, now encourage you memorize 1 to 10. But for perfect cube, I think it's hard to memorize, so you just calculator. So let's try first question. First question, there is a tricky part. I want you to remind you what is it you need to understand. Okay, when you move decimal place of root number, right, of root, you need to understand only even decimal number. 双位数的小数点 even numbers of the decimal can move it in the root form. For example, can you find me root 10? What is the answer of root 10? If you press calculator, it will be like a lot of decimal, which you cannot find root 10. Because 1 kosong 1, this is 1 circle, right? 1 kosong. Cannot. But how about this? If it's 20, meaning 2 decimal, 1 decimal equals to 110, okay? So it will become 10 because even number you can string to half, right? You know, root is string to half, right? So here we got 30. So definitely you cannot, because you cannot divide 3 into 2, right? So now, lastly, if it's 4, you can got it, it will become 100. So this is why we need to check whether it can be transformed to another part if you have to make sure they have even decimal number, like 2, 4, 6, but normally it won't go so high lah. 2 and 4, okay, 2 and 4, and when you can move the decimal in 2 to 4 decimals, then it's applicable for that. So now I'll come to the first question. Okay, remember 2 decimal for root. Now, they give you hints. They give you hints. Okay. 6.18 equals to 2.49. This is a hint they give. Tips number 2 is 61.8 is 7.86. And then they say, find the value without using calculator. They are asking without using calculator. So you cannot find the answer using calculator. The answer you find from calculator definitely different from the answer they want from teacher, you know? So that's why you cannot. So no choice. You have to think. Like, can you see? This, and this. What are the only difference for them? It's just decimal. That's why just now I'm briefing you. You have to make sure the decimal move, the position you move back 2, 4, or 6, which is even number. So let's try. Can this transfer to become 61800? How many decimals need to move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, you have to move 5 decimals. So meaning I cannot use. So I have to rub off this. I cannot use this. How about the second one? Try again. I have to change to this. Okay, how do I change? So 618, right? So I have to move for 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I need to move 4 decimals. Only can change. So 4 decimal is even number, can right? Am I right? 4 decimals are even number, so I can use that. So since I confirm already, I will straight away write 61.8 theros. Okay, because I can move. It's an even number. So now 61.8, you have to ask yourself, how do I transform 61.8 to 68000? Is it become bigger or smaller? The answer is bigger. Am I right? If it's bigger, I need to times or divide. If it's bigger, you need to times. So times by how many? Then you start to put. So the original is 61.8, right? So you move 1, 2, 3, 4. See, 4 decimal. So 1, if it's 4 decimal, meaning 40. Okay, and then it's 1. So remember, since it's from the head, you know, both of them are head. So I have to make sure this also with head. Understand? And then continue. So 61.8, I got the answer already, right? That's why we not using calculator. What is the answer for 61.8? 7.86 lah. So just put 7.86. And then times. How about the root 100? What is the answer of root 10,000? Cancel 20, right? So the answer is 100. And then continue. 7.86 times 100. 2 decimal at the back, 1, 2. So it's 786. The answer is this. So far, okay? If you're not familiar, it's okay. We try again. Okay? Next, we try for this, the next one. Again, we have these 2 options. We have to check whether which one match this number. Maybe we try again, okay? So now again, we have to check the decimals. Do you see this and this and this? The only difference is decimal, correct? Correct? So I want to check how many decimal I need to move so that they are equal. That's what I want to check. So I check the first one. First one is 6.8, right? See, how do I transfer this to this? So the decimal, how many 0 are there? There are 3 0 in front. So I put 0, 0, 0. So I have to transfer my 0 here, the 0 here, until in front here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So I need to move 4 decimal. So 4 decimal is even number or odd number? Even number, right? Remember, only even number that can be applicable. So 4 decimals are even number. So I just put in. So I can use this root 6.18. Okay, root 6.18. Okay, so now straight away I write 6.18. And then I want to check if I want to transfer this to up. Okay, I'm become bigger or smaller, baby? 6.18 to 0.00000. Smaller or bigger? Smaller, right? Am I right? If I want to make it smaller, I need to divide or times. Smaller is from 6.18 becomes smaller. Normally smaller is divide. Yes, correct. Bailey, when you divide something, it becomes smaller. You have 10 apples and then divide to 2 people. Now become 5. So smaller, divide. Okay, so divide. So divide lah. Divide by how many zero? Now we start to count again. Remember from 6.18 to 000. So I have to move lah. There are 3 0 in front, right? 1, 2, 3. So move from the 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I right? I have to move 4 0. And then 1 and then root. Root is because on top of the root, we root it back. Okay, so now, what is the answer for 6.18 is given, am I right? Which is this one. Correct? 6.18 is equals to 2.49. So I write 2.49. 2.49. And then divide down. Because root divided by half, right? So it's divided by 100. So since divided by 100, I move to decimal 0.0249. Ta-da! So this is the answer. Okay? Can? Okay. I think it's enough for you to brainstorm already. Like Bailey is exploding already the mind. What is this, teacher? Okay, remember, if you really tak boleh kan, go back to your chapter 3 notes because we have done a lot of questions on this part. At the back, at the end of the notebook, yeah, we have a lot of exercise. So you redo the exercise again. Okay? So now let's try question number 2. Those who are okay, go and try. Okay, Bailey, you did need a lot of revision, yeah? Okay. Okay, now go back to the same thing. Remember, now we have cube already. Cube meaning later, we need to check for decimal. Do you remember if it's decimal, right? I need to check for decimal first, am I right? Correct? Check for decimal. So decimal, right? So here got 3 decimal. 0.00 is 3 decimal, right? And then since it's root, right, I have to divide it by 3. So my answer will have how many decimal? 3 divided by 3 is 1 lah. Okay, I count decimal first again. This also decimal. Again, 3 decimal divided by 3 again. So it's all going to 1. So at the end, all 1 decimal, correct? So now we transform them. So 1 decimal. So this minus, right? Remember, if it's cube, right? Minus will remain as minus. Okay, but for square, the root 2 or even the square, then minus will become positive because minus it will become positive. But root is the same. Cube is the same. 3, So now let's go. So 8. So what is the answer for this? If you don't know, press calculator. You press root 8. Press calculator, root 8. Sorry, cube rate. Punca kuasa 3. So the answer will be 2 if you got it. So 2, I need 1 decimal, it will be 0.2. And then negative 0.2, I follow the negative side. Yes. And then next, again, 0.128. Again, you press calculator, cube root 128. Cube root 128. What is that? 125. How come 128? 125. It will become 5, correct? So again, 5 minus sign 1 decimal 0.5. Okay? And then lastly, you have to times these 2 negative together. Remain same sign will become positive. So 2, 5, and then the answer at the back will be how much? 0.2 times by 0.5 will be 0.1. Okay? Yes, correct. Oh, Bailey, finally you got it. Very good. Okay, next one, fraction. Okay, I know there's some error here, right? Can you change can we help me to erase off or you liquid the cube here? It's not cube, that's why you delete. Okay, so now we do this question. Same thing. Since it's a fraction, right? We do separately on top and below. So if you know the answer, you should be 2, right? Cube root of 8 is 2. 27 is 3. So that's why you need to know it by heart. Okay? And then this 9. This is square root, not cube root. So square root, 2 square root. So it will be 3 and then 5. And then plus 1, 1, 1. 1 is always 1. 1 square also 1, 1 cube also 1, whatever also 1. Okay. And then 1, 27 is 3. So this is the final one. So then I press calculator, 2 over 3 minus 3 over 5 plus 1 over 3. The answer will be 2 over 5. Right? And then Bailey will ask, teacher, why didn't you change the same denominator? Because I press calculator. I use shortcut. You sure can one. Times 5 times 5 and then you simplify lah. Can get no problem get. Okay, but then I straight away use calculator faster. Okay, Ken? So far okay? Can I proceed? Next one. Let's try some interesting question. What other interesting question to try? Maybe we try, one Angara novels. Okay, let's look at page number 8. Page number 8. Find the value of this. Can you find the value for this? I think number 7 is enough for it. Never mind. We try page same page, but we try question number 11. Can I? 11. What the question? 11, yeah, it's an objective question. I'm not sure you understand or not, but it's quite common sense. Okay, now they say 1521 is equals to 13 times 13 times 3 times 3. Okay, so these are original. But how about I press root? Do you still remember? Root is cut the thing to half. Meaning initially it's times by twice, right? Now it will become times by 1. So can you see? From normal to root, then you need to cancel off the extra 13 and 3 because this is exactly half of the original answer. So then you only find calculator 13 times 3, it will become 39. So you understand what is root already? Root is totally half of the things. Okay? Boleh? Can? And then let's try 14 before we move to next chapter. 14. Okay, come on. So 14, interesting. Okay, now, what is the square root of 16 over 25? This and this. This we have shortcut, right, my dear? Do you still remember it's a shortcut? What is the answer for this? Can you see they are identical, exactly the same? What is the answer for this? When you root the same answer, they will become the original one, which is equals to 0.3. You understand this? Just now I explained saja. Because of this 0.3 square. So square and square, they will cancel off each other. It will become 0.3. So now the rest is this. So 16. 16, I root it will become 4, right? And then 25, I root it will become 5. And then minus. So calculator again. 4 over 5 minus 0.3. And then the answer will be how much? Shimi, you got it? 14? So you have to be smart when to use calculator, when not to use calculator. Okay? If you use everything calculator, also wrong. Okay? Because some of them you can simplify it. Okay? So answer is 0.5. So far so good. Everybody? You survive? Now I want to go to next part already, lô bò. Okay, good. Okay. Hey, if you're okay, give me an okay sign or good sign. Boleh? If you feel that most of the question are like, well, a bit confusing, too hard, right? Again, go back to the notebook that we have studied in normal class. And then you refer back the answer we have done and then try to practice again. Okay. Now we go to next part, chapter 2. Chapter 2 is a happy, simple part, which is Bailey's favorite. Is it? Now, this part also, you can screenshot it. It's a notes that I made it for you all. You can screenshot. Can you? Yeah, I know Bailey's favorite one. Okay. Okay, screenshot. Okay, now we haven't done it. I think we should done it before we screenshot, right? Okay, now we do it very simple and short, sweet one. Okay. My school teacher encouraged to use calculator as long as we write how we did. Yeah, see, and you are right, actually. Great. So that's why when you want to change them to same denominator, right? This is a very simple thing that I think calculator can help us better. So that's why I use calculator. But in subjective question, that's why I say part B and part C, right? Then you have to agak when to have to write out. You cannot type everything in calculator. You have to show step by step, not the end. Okay, now let's go. So now we learn what is factor, what is multiple. Factor dan gandaan. So again, factor is like what time, what's equals to a number. Like for example, they will ask, what is a factor of 24? So do you remember, we have a quick revision now. I think I won't take much time. We should do it fastly. Okay, how do I list out all the factors together? Then you start from the smallest number. 1 times 24. 2 times 12. See, these are all the numbers. You're right. And then when you want to continue with 5, 8, I come back 6 already. So it's called U-turn. So these all are the factors for 24. Okay, and then these also factors of 36. And then next, you need to learn a word called common or sepunya in Malay. And then you need to find what are the common one. Can you spot? Quick one, what is are the common one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Is it 8? No, 8 is not. And then 12. How many of them? Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 12. So these are the common multiples. You're right. 24 also? Yeah, I think 24. Yes. I missed 24 here. So 24 also. Okay, so these are common multiples. And then next. Is 24? I don't think 24 is there. No, 24 is not. No, until 12. Yeah, she mean correct. Now, come to next part. Since we already know what is common multiple, and then next they want to find, oh, I see, no worry. No, now they're going to find what? They want to find, hey, what is the highest common factor? So here, among all the common factor, the highest definitely is 12. All right. Oops. What is it? It's 12 lah. How come I cannot write? It's 12 lah. Correct. So straight away 12. That's it. Okay. So this is a long way. You have to list out one by one. But actually they are shortcut, right? We use the repeated divide method. Do you remember how to do it? I think you all should know. Remember this term, highest factor, high five. Factor is always high. So high meaning the largest, biggest. Or Malay, factor sepunya terbesar is big. Big meaning you have to divide until they no longer can be divided together. So I can try to do, and then 12, and then 1. That is, you use calculator also, by the way. 18. And then again, continue with what numbers? 2 also, right? Since even number, you continue to divide 6 and 9. And then can you do it again? Can, right? 3, 2, and 3. So now we stop when you have 2 and 3. Unable to divide anymore, right? Then you times all this together. Become 12. See? Same answer and above. Okay? And then next, how about multiples? If it multiples, meaning, remember, multiples times. Times meaning you think of the multiples jadwal, the table. So you list out all the trees multiples in the jadwal. So yeah, all this you can list go on until infinity, you know. That's why they wouldn't ask for max, how do I say? They won't ask for highest common multiple because it will be unlimited. But instead, they ask for the smallest common multiple. And then they ask for, hey, what are the common multiple? And then you know already, it's 9, it's 18. Can you see? So they can write 3 common multiple. It's 3 and 9, and 9 and 18. Because both of them are same. Okay. Lastly, is the lowest common multiple. So remember, L for lowest, terkecil meaning smallest. Smallest meaning you have to do the division until all become kosong. Until all become 1. 1. Okay, so how to do it? Same thing, same method, right? But you do continue from that. Like 12, 18, 2, 6, 9, 3, and 2, and 3. Okay, if it's for common multiple C, we will stop here. But not common multiple, it's for terbesar, high five. Then we stop here. But it's for what? Lowest, or terkecil. Then you have to continue until 1. So divide by 2, 1, and then 3, 3, 1, 1. Then you times them up together. And then the answer will be 72. Okay, and then next, another part later I will focus more on is the how do I do the problem solving question. So at the end part of the chapters, they will ask you to read the problem solving, the situation, okay? Read the titles, the soalan, and then you have to decide whether it's using the highest one or the lowest one. Even though you don't remember what multiple or factor is okay, at least you have to decide what is it for highest one or the lowest? If it's highest, we know we divide until they are unable to divide together anymore. But if for lowest, you divide until 1 and then you times them up. So these are the characteristics we need to know. If it's for high five, highest common multiples, okay, or terbesar, normally they will have hints for you, like they will hint you like, oh, it's besar. You see, besar or maximum. Sometimes they will give, sometimes they will not, but most of them they have. And then next part, their mission is to distribute. Okay, distribute something. 分出去, like form groups. Okay, until nothing left. This is called the keywords they're going to use. Lastly, if it's for the terkecil or lowest, they will put like what? They will give you minimum, pertama, meaning the lowest lah. And then normally they will meet up. Oh, sorry, I should write in BM, right? English. Meet. When is the earliest they can meet? How many times they meet together? And then next, normally it's meet lah, I think. The most common one is meet. Okay, so far so good. So I think I no need to practice the skills to change to what prime number, all those that you can read back. But let us try some question that we are not sure. For example, let's try question number 9. Question number 9. You all tell me, is it HCF or LCM? Hey, they give you hints already. Don't want to do this question, sorry. I skip this. I want you to guess it yourself. Maybe we try number 6, which is page 10. The rest you all can do yourself. Tell me, is it HCF, terbesar, or LCM? Terkecil.
HCF.
Wow, how do you know? What is the keyword?
What is the largest size?
Yes, you're right. The largest or terbesar. But sometimes they didn't give them how long. You also can find yourself, you see, a piece of cardboard measuring 180, 72, and then your BM wants to cut into several pieces of square cardboard. You see the keyword already? They want to distribute, right? They want to divide, correct? So these are the keywords for HCF. I think I no need to do with you all how to do the repeatedly divide. You all do yourself, okay? Okay, I just want you to know how to identify LCM or HCF. Now come to the next part. Number 9. Number 9. Question number 9, which is page number 11. How about this? HCM?
This,
Sorry?
this,
Yeah. LCM or HCF?
LCM
How do you know?
on the same day.
Same day meaning they meet, is it?
When will they practice on the same day again?
Actually, on the same, yes, correct. So meaning they are meeting. Am I right? This keyword is meet. The move, meet. Okay. So these are the keyword. Okay, and then you find 11 and 3 go and do LCM until they become 1. So for this, you hit 11 and 3, they are no longer can be divided together anymore, right? So that's why I just put 11 LCM, right here, LCM. 11 and then 3, 3. And then what is the days they're gonna meet? 11 times 3, which is 33 days. They're gonna meet
Teacher,
every 33 days.
teacher,
Yes?
what are the topics that will come out in exams?
What are topics? Yeah, these are the topics that are discussing that we're gonna cover in the exam.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Now I have covered 3 chapters already just now. So now come to last chapter, which is the ratio, rate, and proportion. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Are you ready? Next part already, Okay, the last part, I will try. These 2 questions a bit hard. So hopefully we can settle it. If cannot, it's okay. You just refer answer. Don't understand, can ask me, okay? So come to ratio, rates, and proportion, right? So ratio is very simple. As long as when you see this kind of ratio, straight away write it down. Even I haven't start reading question, I already write it down. So I know what is 7, what is 12, what is 5. So what is 7? Note 9, can you see? iPad Pro and then Apple. So I just write Note 12 is iPad and then this is pencil. See, that's why this is the first thing you need to do when you see ratio. And then they say the ratio is in this. And then they asking if the difference of price of Apple Pencil and iPad Pro is 1750. And then randomly they will give you one number, 1750. And then you know this 1750 definitely is actual number, right? Okay, when you see actual number, then you need to find one part. You need to find one part. I think you all know how to do one part already, right? One part is actual divided by ratio. And then they say calculate the total amount of money have for the 3 items. Wow, Liang Jia very rich, buy a lot of things. Okay, so one part, 1750. What is 1750? Here say is the difference. You know what is difference? Or in Malay, we call it beza. Whenever you see beza or difference, you definitely know it's minus already, correct? Minus. So what minus what? Is Apple Pencil than iPad Pro. So meaning I need to minus iPad minus pencil. Correct? So that's why my one part actual is 1750. And then the ratio part is iPad. What is iPad? iPad is 12, right? Minus pencil 5. So you can count it, one part is how much? 7. So my answer is 250. One part is 250 RM. Okay, once you got this one part already, what does this mean? Remember, this one part meaning everyone times by 250. Okay, so they want total numbers. How much are they? Okay, so the simple way, the total money, amount of money. You plus everything on 7 plus 12 plus 5 times by 250. And then the answer will be 6,000 RM. Okay, steady? And down. Okay. So far, so this in the notebooks that we are practicing using, usually we have tried a lot of questions already. So coming week also will practice some more questions. So show you are familiar. Let's try these two questions. If we cannot finish, it's okay. Maybe we can do it in class also. I will do it. So please read next question, number 2. This interesting one. In diagram, 40%, read properly, a bit tricky, the last two questions. Okay. In the diagram, 40% of the small circles is shaded, and then they say 5/6 of the big circle is shaded. Okay, can you see Bailey now confused again? Oh, why so many fractions? Okay, let's see. This is small circle. Can you see? Small circle, they say in the diagram, 40% are shaded. So shaded is a black, dark one, right? So it's 40%. Okay, so and then if you know this 40%, you should know this should be 60%, correct? For the small circle. Am I right? I will write this. Okay. Next, they say for the big circle, 5/6 of the big circles are shaded. So 5/6 is shaded. Okay, and then how much is not shaded? It's 1/5, right? Correct. I know you will still confuse it. It's okay. I list it out in a ratio, then you will understand. So let's list it down. Let's make it a small circle. If it's a small circle, right, it's divided by 2. According to this, one is the shaded one. So I put shaded versus to the not shaded. Not shaded, I put an X, not shaded. So they say this is 40 and this is 60. Okay. Am I right? Okay. But we shouldn't stop here, right? If we put in ratio, I should make it to the most simplest form. Am I right? So I should cancel the 0. And then divided by 2. So we get 2 versus 3. Okay, this small circle ratio. How about the last circle? Let's see. Next part, big circle ratio. Big circle ratio, what they say is 5/6 are shaded. Again, not shaded is the other rest. So it's 5/6 over 1/6 is not shaded. Correct? And then now, how should I make it to a ratio? If it's fraction, 6 可以 cancel already. So it's 5/1. So this is the ratio. I got it. The small circle versus the shaded, not shaded part, and then the big circle versus the not shaded part. Not shaded part actually is the equal thing, right? So now, the question they ask, ratio of the area of non-shaded region to the area of shaded part. So what they want is the non-shaded region versus the total area of shaded part. They want eventually to shrink become 2 ratio. Okay, so now the problem is the common area. Can you see this is a common area they have? The common area is in the middle. In the middle, which is the non-shaded part, right? Am I right? So do you remember we have 2 ratios, right? How to combine become 3. So you list it down. The only thing that is overlapped is which one? Is the shaded one or non-shaded one? The one thing that overlap, that repeat themselves is this, right? These are the same rank, right? Can you see? This is the same area that are repeated. So I will put the ratio as non-shaded circle. Okay. And then this is the small. This is the big shaded and small shaded. Okay. So what is my small shaded? Can you see? Small shaded is here, look. 2, right? So I write 2. And then the shaded is 3. And then since I know the second one is different from the first one, correct? So I need to put in the other line. So it's 5 versus 1. So the shaded one, the not shaded one is 1, right? See? 1. So I put 1. The other line, 1. And then the big shaded is 5. Now I got the combination. This also we already done in our normal practices already. How to combine 2 to make them to become 3 ratios. Okay, so now what do? I need to times. Correct? I need to times. So this 3 times 1 is 3. And how about 2 and 5? Very simple. 2 can times by 1 because 1 is empty. And then 5 times by 3. Move to the next 3. So it's 2 versus 8. So this is the ratio that we got it to become 3. But this is still not the final ratio they want, right? Because the final ratio they want is non-shaded versus the total shaded part. So we have one is the not shaded. Not shaded one is who? Not shaded one is 3 lah. Definitely this is 3, right? Not shaded one. So I write 3. And then the total shaded part is how much? So we have small shaded one, and then we have the big shaded one. Okay, so since ratio, I straight away 8 plus 2 lah. So it will become 3/10. So far, okay? Still survive you all? Oh, sorry, not yet. I haven't found it already. Never mind. One part lah. They say total area of the shaded part. Okay, so I should write it down like this. I forgot already for this part. I have to fill in the blanks because sometimes we are a bit, you have to write it down. Now see, they see the small area, the total shaded area is 3, right? Correct. So I know this is 3. I transform this into this area. 1, 2, 3 into 1, 2, 3. You see, we transform here. Okay, so this is 3. And then the small area, what is the small area? The small area is 2, correct? And then the big area is 8. Then we know. Okay? So now what they want is, what is the total shaded area versus the non-shaded area? Not 8 lah. 15. Right here, we got small 2 and then 3. Yeah, that's why. I say I times wrongly. That's why. So now you can plus together already. Non-shaded is 3 ma. And then the total shaded area is 12, 17. Yeah. No wonder. Okay, steady. So sometimes is we will a bit confused if we didn't write it on the picture, on the diagram they provided. So I write it down there, I know, how come like this? And then you'll know the answer. Okay, and then lastly, they're asking ratio of the area of the small circle of the area of the big circle. Again, ratio. Don't worry, don't confuse. Okay, write it down first. Ratio of the small circle of the area of the big circle. Okay, they want this circle. Both also circle. So for the small circle, can you see small circle is this whole thing, right? Am I right? So what is the ratio of the small circle? It's 2 plus 3 lah. Correct. And then how about the area of the big circle? Big circle is this, right? So it's 15 plus 3. So my answer would be 5 versus 18. Yeah. So we just answer the question. Can? Okay, give you some time to digest. But if you didn't understand, like it's some more time, right? You wait for the video to upload on the YouTube, and then you can pause, you can re-listen again if you're not sure, or you can make it slower, can also, because now seminar, like we have, the time is limited. So we are rushing. So definitely it's quite hard for you to do everything in this 1.5 hours. So you still can refer back the video in YouTube. Now look for Form 1 seminar, maths, then you can refer and do it again. Okay? So what I do is just summarize. Okay, last but not least, are you ready for the big boss question? Okay. We do again. The diagram consists of two overlapping rectangles again. So A and B. Can you see this is A rectangle overlapping, and then we have B rectangle. And then the ratio of the shaded area to the area of rectangle A, listen properly. Shaded area and area of rectangle A is 4 and 7. You know what is it? The ratio of the shaded area to the, I write it down, this is shaded, and this is A. A is the total area, so it's 4 per 7, correct? So 4 is the shaded area, as we know lah, and it's called the rectangle A. A is the whole thing, you know? Okay? And then to the area of rectangle. And then now the next one is this. The ratio of the shaded area to the rectangle B is 3 and 8. So again, shaded and then rectangle B. So it will be 3 and 8. Steady? Okay, I should write it down. So now, what they are asking, can you see there are still one overlapping area? Can you see this overlapping? Meaning this will be keep repeating. So those who keep repeating, we need to put in the middle, because at the end, they are asking for what is the ratio of shaded area to the unshaded area of the figures. Shaded to the unshaded area. The final answer, they want these two ratio. But we need to combine them together, then only can figure out what is this answer, correct? So again, so we have who should put in the middle? Which one is keep repeating? It's the shaded region, right? Correct? It's a shaded region that is keep repeating. So I just put A, dot, dot, S, and dot, dot, B. So I copy down. A is 7, and then shaded is 4. And then B shaded is 3, and then this is 8. Steady? Again, do you still remember how to times? Times together. 12. And then here, need to times by 3. And then 4, need to times by here. Okay, then you will get these 3 ratios. So far, so good. And then now we have to write it, draw on the figure so you know what they want, because the final answer they want is this ratio. Total shaded area to the total non-shaded area. So I follow this. So remember, 8 is the S is the shaded one. So shaded one is how much? It's 12, right? Correct. So I write 12 in the middle. So because I know 12 is the shaded one. How about the non-shaded area? Can I straight away write 21 here? Yes or no? Read back the question. The A is the area of the rectangle A. What is the area of the rectangle A? This is the area of rectangle A. The whole thing is 21. That's why I cannot write on the blank section. So I know the whole thing is 21. So later I need to minus lah. Meaning this piece of paper is equals to 21. Understand? This piece of paper equals to 21. And then same thing, 32. 32 is these big areas are 32. So they want total shaded region versus the non-shaded region. So I need to find this area out. I need to find this area. Correct? So how do I find? Separate down? Shimin, you okay? Zoom in for you see. So what is the yellow color? Area of yellow color. What minus what? The whole thing? Is it the whole thing 12, 21 minus of the 12? Then you will got the ratio for this number, correct? So by right is 21 minus 12. It will be 9. And then how about this? 32 is the whole thing, ma. Okay? How to get 21? Yeah, here. We combine two ratio. You see, we combine two ratio together. And then I list it down. And then the common one put in the middle. Shiming, you forgot already? I think we have learned this during our normal classes. Yeah, when you have SA and SB, the common one is S, right? So I put in the middle. And then A and B. Okay, so A, I copy 7. And then S is the sharing part. So 1 is 4, 1 is 3. So you got 12 in the middle. This okay, 12, you understand? A because by right, I need to times, right? But 3 is empty. This space is empty. Originally, it's empty, right? But we just move lah. Since here's the empty, right? I copy the next one, 3. Okay? This is a skill you need to learn to change 2 ratio to become 3 ratio. Okay, and then this is beside we have 4. So I move here. So become 4. That's why I times them. It will become this answer. Can. And then here say A, total area is 20. Total area. So total area is total area, not the orange area, you know. That's why I need to minus. And how about 32? 32 is a whole thing, whole square, whole rectangle. But I need to minus this, I only get that, right? So 32 minus 12. And then you will become 20. So you got this. Okay, lastly, go back to the final answer. I move here so you can see clearly. Move away. So the final answer, they want the ratio is in shaded versus the non-shaded. So shaded is how much? This is the only shaded area, right? So it's 12. And then non-shaded area, we got 2 parts, right? One is 9, one is 20. So I just plus 9 plus 20. And then the answer will be 29. So this is the final answer. Okay? Take your time to digest. If you still cannot, always can find back me. Okay? Can y'all? So I think that's all for today's seminar. I know because those questions I picked is the difficult one because I know like I want to prepare you all for your super 勁嘅 exam. But it not necessarily your exam will come out that difficult, but I just pick the hard one, okay? Because the normal one I already done in a normal class. So if you don't understand, it's normal, okay? But take time to rewatch the video and try the question again, okay? So I think that's all for today. So hopefully, if you which part you don't understand, please read back and revise, okay? And then ask question when we see you, okay? That's all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ready, revision,
Okay.
Stop sharing.